Hi dear friend, this is week number 2. So I'm super excited to guide you guys through the second week, and we will go into what is awareness. So to adjure on the path of remembering what you truly are and what you appear to be, we need to address the concept of awareness. Okay, so awareness is the vehicle to notice the nature of the mind. So this is why it's important and included in this week. We cannot use the mind to look for the mind and to look for the nature of the mind. The results would be incoherent. So for me, yoga in all its forms is a beautiful unfolding of awareness triggers. Through movement, through breath, through insights. We use awareness to remember, not intellectual understanding and not rationalization, even though it can pretend to be that, just like the ego can pretend to be your intuition. Put a pin in that. If I can paint you a picture here. The mind is but a rock in the stream of awareness. It creates ripples and it makes itself known. But it is because it is embedded in the stream of awareness. This means that awareness surpasses the borders of the mind. And it might be a very unfamiliar place because naturally we are inclined to only roam the space of the mind, of the known. So it could be that your awareness that is so vast has been unexplored up to now. But great thing, here we are exploring awareness. We can reflect upon what is seeing and directly work with that. And that's what awareness is. Awareness to me is the most important factor to understand. You might be familiar with the quote, "Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I'm changing myself." So thank you so much, Rumi, for that beautiful quote. And it applies here too. So what do we use to perceive ourselves in the world? Awareness. What do we refer to when referring to ourselves? This context is crucial to understand. And again, I'm using the word understand because it's beyond understanding. Standing inside the truth, not under it, supporting it with a contextual belief. So let us continue on this journey then in this week of exploring what we really are. We will explore the very important misconception. There is a truth in the fact that the level of questions becomes the foundation to hold the answers. So in this week, thus, if we are using shallow questions, it will not have the capacity to hold deeper insights. So why are we not what we think we are? That will be addressed this week. Why is it more important to ask, what am I, instead of who am I? If the reflection sounds away out there, or beyond your capacity to understand, I ask you to just flow with it. There is no need to try to understand through rational reasoning here. Please, this is important. It will fall short every time. Allow listening to happen from the presence of awareness through your heart, not through your head. Because it is not per se the words that mean something, but it is the current that flows through them that brings a deep inner standing and a wakefulness to truth. So when activating awareness to its essential role of supreme potential, it is so useful and it is so important. It reminds me of a short story I would like to share quickly. My grandmother, for example, was gifted a touchscreen phone a few years ago. It had the capacity to call, to message, to take photos, to play games, to calculate numbers, to play music, and so much, much more. But it was such a foreign concept to my grandmother that she never used the phone for its optimal potential, other than to call people. And funny enough, she even kept her paper contact list beside the phone or underneath the phone to look up the numbers of the people she wanted to call. I find that extremely sweet, and I did help her to save all the contacts in the phone. To this day, I don't know if she ever used that, but this to me is a really great representation of us being familiar with the capacity and the potential of only the mind. Okay, so it can feel overwhelming when awareness comes into play and as the potential that is embedded in awareness is infinite. Unlike the mind has a very limited capacity. So even in the form of overwhelming feelings and sensations coming up, just see the beauty in that. Notice that and be done with it. No need to try to struggle to understand or manipulate what you find. The practices in this week will really help you to understand these concepts explained in the previous videos, like in the first few videos of this week. The more you experience this open awareness, which I will introduce you guys to this week, the easier it would be to differentiate between mind and consciousness. So practice it every day this week together with the Kriya Yoga practice as proposed in the videos of this week. And on top of that, also the pranayama or the breath work. So do that every single day. It will really be of major benefit. Amongst the countless benefits that pranayama has, I would like to link this week's breath work to the theme of this week. So the energy of prana appear as the gross or the micro energy. Okay, so it is said that the gross form of prana is found in your breath, always arising and falling. It is found in your breath, and the micro of prana energy is known as the mind. So with the same source of energy, the breath directly influences the mental realm. You can notice this for yourself. How is your breathing when you are stressed or anxious? Is it deep or is it shallow? You might notice that your breathing is normally rapid, irregular, shallow, mimicking the thought patterns that's all over the place and the identification of all of these different thoughts going on. So the prana is scaled from the mind to the breath. Why am I sharing this with you? Is because doing pranayama offers the opportunity to expand conscious awareness into the subconscious and readjust the programs and the core values and the beliefs right from there. So that's why pranayama is included. Not only in this week, but especially this week, that's the link of the breathwork. So adjusting previously believed concepts about who you thought you were into these expanded truths. So have fun, enjoy, don't take yourself too seriously. Notice, or maybe just for this week, I encourage you to try to notice thoughts in the same way you notice other sensations. Don't take it as a truth, but rather as a sense, like just another sense receptor that is picked up by your awareness. Much love, enjoy.